And we are live. NashvilleLou live back on the air. The 2 for Tuesday for me. It's on earlier. Had some Fire Pro Wrestling World testing out some things earlier, but this is the main event right here. It's Tides Tuesday. I was off last Tuesday calling Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse. We've got a fun 3 hours ahead. We've got a lot of Faded Monsuda cards to give away, including a Mythic. We've got 4 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs, the new stuff, to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You see the streamer lineup right there. We'll have a raid here soon from Sensei Bullrog. We'll go for 3 hours, and we'll do a raid over to Cartman Broad, 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. He'll take us into the night U.S. time. Yeah, that purple one right there, the Gloria Glow. That's the one. And since we just mentioned it, here's a good reason to go ahead and use that. With exclamation mark play in chat to get in, I'll use Gloria Glow here. I'll ping, it'll give me the double command. I haven't fixed that yet. Daily double, says Zach Bonifer. Yes. Classic rock that really rocks for the 2 for Tuesday. There, that's the the 2-up version of the Gloria Glow there. But I dig anything that's got some purple in it. Fits my brand color. My high school and college alma maters both had purple as their primary color. It's not the reason I went to either school, it's just the way it worked out. And so that's the reason I've got purple as my primary brand color here in NashvilleLou Live. I went to the University of Evansville, in Evansville, Indiana. I mean, the name of the mascot is Ace Purple. I own AcePurple.com. Serious about this stuff. I gladly would give that domain to the school if they wanted it. If they wanted AcePurple.com, they could have it. But they never expressed any interest. I thought, okay, well. At least an alum will own it. It won't be just some random person. Something untoward. And to disrespect the mascot. So we'll get to our first game when we get to 10 players for Twitchy Tides. I'll have a raid here soon from Sensei Bullrog. If we happen to get to 10 before that, then we'll get that first game going. And if not, then we'll wait. We've got so many great prizes to give away here between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We've got 3 Pen Art Warriors Warlock War Packs. We got 3 cards each per. The 3 packs with 3 cards each inside. We got Faded Monsuda to give away, a Mythic, a couple of rares. Got something I haven't tried here on Tides Tuesday yet, as far as with Randfish. I'm going to try that tonight with the I Gotta Rock from Faded Monsuda. I've pulled a number of those from the dig pull from Sensei Bullrog, and it's a useful idea. It's similar to one that his execution of it's better. Where I've done some things before with some promotional items and burn events on Bounty Block. He's figured out a better way, though, with Faded Monsuda as far as subsequent burn events. So I look forward to seeing what Sensei's got lined up with that. The future is bright for Faded Monsuda. The future is bright as well for Twitchy Tides. People love this game. I mean, I streamed this game for, what was it, more than 5 hours earlier today. Not 5.5. I forget it. It runs together after a while. People are able to earn some Nash cash from Scurvy Bot, Dig Pull, giving all sorts of items. We got 7 people in right now. If we get to 10, we'll get that first game started. The raid happens first. Then we'll say hello to everybody coming in on the raid from Sensei Bullrog. It's Tides Tuesday. I missed it last week. I love calling Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse. That's a tremendous time. A lot of fun. But that was the one time where they had a game that fell on a Tuesday. They'd actually, original start time was going to be 2 hours later than when it began, but it worked out fine for everybody. Why risk it as far as if you get caught in traffic on I-24 heading back toward Nashville or something? Then I'm in a world of hurt. And that's happened before. One time, there's a bad wreck. There's like a lumber that spilled on the interstate. Took forever to get back. But so it goes when you're... So I keep that in mind when I can broadcast to the world from the comfort of my home. No traffic jams to worry about. Don't have to get there 3 hours early. They're saying 10:04 in the morning for Jess Tony in the Philippines. My whole sense of morning and night really got kind of flipped around when I was in my early 20s working in television. The morning news producer. And producing morning newscasts means you're getting there at 11 p.m. and working until 7 a.m. Even if you could get a break, you wouldn't want it because every second counts and you're doing 5 different tasks. And that was when I was in the business. I got out of it. And there's the raid from Sensei Bullrog. Thank you. I got out of the TV news business in 2014. Now, not a single person tell me, oh, it's better now. None. But a lot of them still working the biz. Glad to have all y'all with me here on NashvilleLou Live. Many thanks to the raid from Sensei Bullrog. We'll be giving away some Faded Monsuda. For every game we play here, we're going to have a Randfish and have an I Got a Rock to give away. Also got a Faded Mythic. A couple of Faded Rares as well to give away. Got 3 Pen Art Warriors Warlock packs. We've got Series 5 packs from Twitchy Tides to give away, 4 of those between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. So go ahead now. Welcome, Raiders. Glad to have you here. Go ahead and get in now for this first game of the broadcast with !play in chat. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. No dig pass required here. Maybe I'll change that at some point. But I'm trying a few variables that are different. There are a lot of people that are very creative that have been utilizing Scurvybot. So I'm saying, okay, what can I try in a couple of different ways, see what works, what doesn't? What would be a good fit? All right, let me take the overlay down. So we got 13 players, so last chance to get in for this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. And let's start it off. We were talking Faded Monsuda. Let's give away one of these 2, the rare Casey Stones. So we'll have one for this hour. That'll be the first prize. We'll open up with that. We'll have another in the next hour as well. We'll save that Mythic Brock Berry for hour number 3. I'll load up that third hour. Later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Many thanks to Pop Paragon. It is a wonderful game and generously gave me some packs to give away here on stream. BMITW12, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Greetings and welcome, everybody. And welcome to you, BMIT. Glad to have you here. We've got 17 players in, so if you're not in yet for this game, you want a chance to win. Get that rare Casey Stones card, or possibly be the Randfish and get I Got a Rock. And now's the time to do so with !play in chat. I'm going to have to be a little extra work as far as with the Randfish, now that I think about it. I'll have to be sending that out after the broadcast, which is fine. I'll just have to make sure I make note of it every time. Try something new and different here, which is a good thing. I missed being here last week. I had so much fun calling the Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse game. Really good game they had against Randolph-Macon. But I missed being here, so I'm glad to be back with Tides Tuesday. People love Twitchy Tides. They love Tides Tuesday. 19 players in for this first game. For the winner, an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus that Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones card, plus a Randfish. Will determine who's going to get Faded Monsuda I Got a Rock card. 20 players in. And this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast here on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live and Tides Tuesday. And a cannonball right away. Slider or shot takes out Tree Frog Nauta, Jess Tony, and Funko Lover. Early on, we're down to 17. See if I can pull off that neon glow command. is up top. Debo the Shark. Bo Reddington's out, so is Random King, down to 15. A depth charge. There goes Parrots and Las Vegas Ape, down to 13. Those missiles. Secure facility there. Krabby Mike trying to sneak in. BMITW gets taken out, though. We're down to a dozen. Up top, Pink Felicia gets sent back in the other direction thanks to that ghost command. Zach using that Swimsley fish. These fish have some powerful anti-enemy commands. You got defense rockets flying around. You got minions from the King Claws in play. Whatever asteroid eater, that Pierce command. That sharp, that business end pointed towards you, glowing. Get plenty of distance, pal. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Glad to have you with me here. Be with you until 1 a.m. Eastern. The Board JS and Nadu 6 get taken out by Debo the Shark. We're down to 10. Half the field is out. Remaining players got a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points for that monthly competition. The better you finish, of course, the more leaderboard points you get in a given game of Twitchy Tides. The Doom command. NWO takeover, little spray paint. Meanwhile, Big Worm with a hook takes out Asteroid Eater and Jamie Penguins. We're down to 8. And what kind of fish is the glowing legendary? I don't know that I have the answer to that offhand. Went to use the cough button, looked up, and there's Krabby Mike taking out my fish. We're down to 7. And working the low road, it's Debo the Shark taking out Dragon Rider and Terran Lore, and we're down to 5. The winner of this first game is going to win that Faded Monsuda Rare Casey Stones card. We've got a Faded Mythic we'll be giving away in our third hour. We've got 4 Twitchy Tide Series 5, the new stuff. The brand new for this particular show. Packs to give away. 4 of those between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Cannonball. It took out Buzz King and Zach Bonifer. We're down to the final 3. Funkin' Crypto, CTR Heels Fan, and Flower. Day versus a pair of King Claws. Those King Claws are really something. Legendary tier. They're not easy to come by. But they have an immunity from Krabby Mike. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And there's Pink Felicia. There goes Flower. We got the Battle of the King Claws. Funkin' Crypto and CTR Heels Fan. The final 2. Oof, says Flower. There's a minion. The funny thing with the minions, they'll attack. Oh, there's a minion with missiles? Oh, I didn't realize that was part of it. The stakes have raised. I didn't know where the missiles were coming from. I shouldn't be surprised. King Claw. Call yourself king. Best be able to back it up. Here comes Pink Felicia. There can be but one king as far as the winner of this match goes between CTR Heels Fan and Funkin' Crypto. We started with 20. We're down to 2. Let's go Crab, says Jess Tony. Depth Charge takes out Funkin' Crypto, and that's the game. So congratulations, CTR Heels Fan. Victorious here in this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You'll get that Faded Monsuda Rare Casey Stones card. I'll try and do this in a way that makes sense here with the Randfish. Because I don't have it set. I've got I didn't think it through properly as far as sending stuff out immediately. I'll send it after the broadcast, just a little extra typing, making sure the right prize goes to the right people. Let's see how this randfish goes. There a delay? Get these results notified? Notarized? Depth charges are brutal sometimes. That's the truth, Asteroid Eater. Okay, is Randfish not doing it? Did I type it wrong? Did I put a space in there or something? Well, maybe Randfish will go on the shelf for a little bit. We'll figure out another way for this next game. All right, so, we'll give away 2 for the next game. As for this one, from Asteroid Eater on up, a top 10 finish, and thus leaderboard points, all the way up to number 1 and your winner, CTR Heels fan, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. For this next game, we'll give away an uncommon Twitchy Tides fish. Keep in mind, prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. They'll be sent from my fulfillments wallet. I might have to rethink things with the rock. I may just include that for the winner. As much I like the Randfish, if it's not going to cooperate and I've got to write extra stuff down anyway because I didn't really set it up right. Learning curve. Some things you guys test it out live. Rev it up and go. We got 7 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Winner gets a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And this one I'll do, I'll make the I Gotta Rock. We'll make that an add-on for the winners tonight. Sorry, Randfish, that'll have to wait for another day. This way I'll make sure everybody's getting stuff. They want to promise things and have there be problems. But so it goes with live broadcasts. That's just the nature of it. There are going to be complications. I used to time 2-hour newscasts. There were times where I had to do an entire 2-hour newscast by myself and time it to the second. If you're going 5 seconds late to the opening of the Today Show, especially 25 years ago, you get read the riot act. So I didn't let that happen. So it's exclamation mark play if you want to get into this next Twitchy Tides game with a chance to win a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish and I Gotta Rock from Faded Monsuda. And for CTR Heels fan, I'll give you the I Gotta Rock as well from that first game. We'll make that for the winners. That way it's straightforward. You see how I play here. Team no hands, and even sometimes I get wins. And of course, when I win, prize goes to second place. Point being, people should have a chance to get some good stuff here. So everybody that wins, and I thought it worked out well having it work with Sensei as my lead in tonight. Okay, let's do some Faded Monsuda stuff. And remember, if you have Faded Monsuda cards, you can stake them without having to move them out of your wax wallet or anything, and then earn THC, the token for Faded Monsuda. Claim it on a daily basis, stack it up. Use to buy some of those packs that'll be going on sale before too long. All right. So we got 14 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Winner gets a Tides uncommon fish and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Plus, as noted, the I Gotta Rock Faded Monsuda. That'll be going one each of those for each of the winners. If somebody wins multiple times, you get multiple rocks. That's the way it'll work. One per winner. That way, I'll promise things I can't deliver. Make sure everybody's getting something they know ahead of time. All right. Let's take this overlay down. I'll get in there with exclamation mark play. Use the 5 spot of my Twitchy team. What is it, Rampage? Is that the ability? Oh, it's not going to tell me, apparently. I'm pretty sure it's Rampage because it does the big sweep of the perimeter. We got Scurvy about giving out Nash cash for people just hanging out here with me live on Twitch. Hello to everybody watching on Kick as well. I don't allow chat there. And Twitchy Tides is a Twitch exclusive. But there are people that watch me on Kick, and to them I say thank you. Glad to have them here. Glad to have you here with me. Whatever that means. Live or otherwise. VOD. Though it's supposed to be closing time for those VODs. I got a whole lot I've got to make sure gets moved over to a YouTube backup before midnight strikes, whenever it is later this month. I think I have to get below 100 hours for the VOD. I've got 1,200 plus, if not more. So I'll have to get on that. All right, 18 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Winner gets a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish, an I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. Hey, thank you, Funkin' Crypto, for being here. Thanks, everybody, for taking part, for watching. Tides Tuesday is so much fun. I love being part of it. 18 players in for this one. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this second Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Big Worm with a hook. Right away, Flower and Cabinarna taken out. Down to 16. Random King and Panda Chan get taken out by Big Worm. We're down to 14. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack. One of the new ones. In total, we got 4 to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Your chance to win's coming up. Cannonball. That slider of a Cannonball took out Autumn's Toys, Bo Reddington, and Zach Bonifer. We're down to 11. The hook from Big Worm takes out DeBoard JS. We're down to 10. Remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points out of this game. Taryn Lore and CTR Heels fan eliminated by that depth charge. We're down to 8. There's the defense rockets out in full effect. Take that, Debo. Anti-enemy missiles, but they only last so long. Here comes Krabby Mike. There goes My Fish. There goes Asteroid Eater. We're down to 6. Remember that I have enemies capped at a maximum of 2 kills per on-screen appearance. With the exception being a Cannonball, I've got that capped at 3. You can customize that as a streamer. You can really make this game your own with Twitchy Tides. Part of the appeal. Cannonball takes out Nadu 6 and Dragon Rider. We're down to the final 4. Jess Tony, Parrot, Funko Lover, and Funkin' Crypto, the final 4. Jess Tony meets the club. Look right here. Funkin' Crypto, no problem. Remember, King Claw, immune from being killed by Krabby Mike. Parrot using that Misfit command. Funko Lover, Funkin' Crypto, and Parrot, the last 3. The Twitchy Tides, uncommon fish on the line, along with item from the NashvilleLou collection. Those missiles take out Debo right there. And plus the Faded Monsuda. I Got a Rock. We got Pink Felicia taking out Funko Lover. Funkin' Crypto narrowly avoided Felicia, as did Parrot. There's the final 2. Synchronized spin right there. Here comes Krabby Mike, and it's a big advantage right now for Funkin' Crypto. Krabby Mike can't kill Funkin' Crypto, but the opposite is not true for Parrot. So Parrot using that Misfit command, neutralizing the enemy. Krabby Mike going ground level, taking out Parrot, and that's the game. So congratulations, Funkin' Crypto, the winner here in this second Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. So you'll get that Twitchy Tides uncommon fish, plus the I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Congratulations. Good game. So for Taryn Lore on up, top 10 finish, leaderboard points for that monthly competition, all the way up to number 1, and your winner, Funkin' Crypto, victorious. And we're back open for that next Twitchy Tides game, exclamation point play. In chat will get you in. And for this next game, we've got some of those, let's see, I list over here. I think for this next game, we'll give away Pen Arts by DeBoer.js, the Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. Many thanks for sending those packs my way. 3 packs in total. We'll have 1 each hour, including this one. And in each pack, there are 3 digital items, so a nice haul for the lucky winner. We'll also get an I Gotta Rock from Faded Monsuda, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can get in right now for that next game with exclamation point play in chat. We got Scurvy Bot giving out Nash Cash. Got people able to dig every 15 minutes. 100% success rate on those digs. No dig pass required. So it's exclamation point play to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Still to come this hour, we'll be giving away a Tides Series 5 pack. For the first time ever on this show for me to give away one of those for Series 5. In total, I got 4 to give away over the next 2.5 hours or so. We've already given away 1 Faded Monsuda Rare Casey Stones card. We got another to give away in our next hour. And then in our 3rd hour, giving away a Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry. Kind of backloaded this show. We've got 10 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation point play in chat. Exclamation mark play, hit enter. Pair it using that ping command. You see how it makes your fish, for a short amount of time, twice as large. You can find your fish, a little pulse behind to help make your fish visible there on screen. Sometimes the name gets mirrored until it bounces off a wall and then everything's better. While players get situated in the lobby, look at that Tides Tuesday streamer lineup. I'll be with you until 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so about a little more than 2.5 hours from now. At that point, I'm doing a raid over to Cartman Bra. It's got the next 5 hours. It's going to go on from there into the, was it Wet and Wild Wednesday? Is that the name of it? With the Wednesday portion. The fans demand more. This is my #1 show here on Twitch. People love Twitchy Tides. They love Tides Tuesday. Glad to be back after having that men's lacrosse broadcast last Tuesday that kept me out back here with you here live. So 12 players in for this next game. Let's take the overlay down. I'll join with exclamation mark play, and I'll use the Lulu fish. Kind of taking Lulu as my unofficial mascot of sorts here on NashvilleLou Live. Particularly when it comes to Twitchy Tides. I'm very happy that there's a Lulu fish emote or emoji. What do they call it here? I always get the wording confused on that. Time stands still while I try to find this emote. There we go. There's the Lulu emote. We got that. Got Lulu out there. I'll use the ping command, even though it'll give me the false report from the stream elements. Never mind that. Look at that. The twice as large, like a 2-up version of your fish. It's a little less crowded when you've got 14 players in there like we have, but you get a game like what Breakman has, Consumer Break, when he's got 80-90 deep, or CS Soli, or Las Vegas Ape, People get those really big games. If you're trying to find your fish, like, well, I stepped away for a moment. Is this the same game? It's a helpful way to find yourself at a glance in an otherwise crowded tank. All right, so we have 14 players in for this third Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast for the winner. The prize is a Pen Arts, which should be a Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. It's Pen Arts by DeBoer.js. Many thanks for that. These packs will be given away here tonight. In addition, Faded Monsuda and I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Top 10 finish means leaderboard points. And if I win, that top prize goes to second place. Tree Frog Nod is in to give us 15 players. And this third Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins. 16 players in. Begins now. Good luck. I'm Ahala's in. Greetings and welcome. Right away, Cannonball goes 3/4 of the way down Broadway, then back. Taking out DeBoer.js, Terran, Lore, and Funk and Crypto. King Claw, they've got some new defense mechanisms there with those missiles. As if the minions weren't enough. You got some heavy-duty protection until that cannonball comes flying through. That takes out Parrot. We're down to 12. I'm going to use the Dream command here with my Lulu fish. Cannonball, excuse me, not Cannonball, a Depth Charge takes out Tree Frog Nada. Down to 11. Big Worm the Hook. That eliminates CTR Heels fan, also Bo Reddington. Remaining players, though, you've got a top 10 finish here in this final 9, but who's going to be the winner? Big Worm of the Hook. Gets sent back in the other direction. That Swimsley fish that Zach has, they're using that Ghost command. That's powerful. It's not unlike the Flare command from the Neon Leon, like the fish that Fawny T has. Cannonball. Dragon Rider is out. We're down to 8. Half the field is out. Another Cannonball that takes out Flower. Takes out Random King. We're down to 5. We're still to come this hour, giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. In total, we got 4 of those to give away over the next 2.5 hours. There goes my Lulu fish, taken out by that Depth Charge, and we're down to the final 4. Fawny T, I'm Ahala, Zach Bonifer, and Funko Lover. And look out now, it's Krabby Mike with a wall crawl. Fawny T, try to use the flare, just slightly too late. Krabby Mike still has 1 more kill available, where I've got it capped at a maximum of 2 kills for on-screen appearance for everything but the Cannonball, which gets 3. It's a Cannonball after all. I think it's reasonable. I love that you can customize that as a streamer. Ghost command from Zach Bonifer. I'm Ahala hits the Depth Charge, gets taken out. And it's down to this, Funko Lover and Zach Bonifer, the final 2. Depth Charge, waiting for that next enemy to appear. Kind of hard to miss it up there, that blinking ominous red. There goes Funko Lover, and that's the game. So congratulations, Zach Bonifer. Victorious here in this third Twitchy Tides game. So Zach, you win that Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. 3 digital items inside. Plus, from Faded Monsuda, win an I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. So congratulations on the victory. And of course, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. That goes for Bo Reddington on up. All the way up to number 1. And your winner, Zach Bonifer, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. Still to come between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'll show the slate again real fast with that streamer schedule, and you'll see it right there. We'll be doing a raid over to Carmen Bra at or about 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, less than 2.5 hours from now. So between now and then, got 4 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs to give away. Got the Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry to give away. Got another rare KC Stones to give away from Faded Monsuda. Got a Consumer Break Seasons 20 pack. Got a couple more of those Pinard Warriors packs to give away. A lot to give away between now and the end of the show. We got 13 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For this next game, the winner will be a Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish. Plus an I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the staking system, the non-custodial staking system with Faded Monsuda makes it very easy for you to earn the THC, the currency, the in-game token, just for holding those digital cards for Faded Monsuda. Some of that when it comes to like the wax dow and like pepper steak, like you start to lose, man. What are you talking about? I mean, I know what they're talking about. It's like, how can I make this make sense to people? I can barely figure it out myself. I mean, I got to go through where it's like this giant list. Got to use the Dewey Decimal System to find the list. 50 scrolls down. And say, oh, there's the one that gives me 0.002 per hour of this. Okay, great. And that probably is just me not knowing how to do some of it properly, but there's a learning curve to some of it. Point being, not to dog on that, but to say that by contrast, what Faded Monsuda has is very easy, very simple. Quite nice. So it's exclamation point play in chat to get in for this next game. Winner gets Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish plus I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda, plus the item from the NashvilleLou collection. Had fun trying out kind of a different approach. Some Fire Pro Wrestling World stuff, some matches I'd recorded a few years back in 1280 by 720. Kind of still learning, oh, that's not the best way to do that, is it? But it worked out as far as like, okay, how do I have something on screen that's not just fish floating around, but actual other content, seeing how it would work and what. I mean, one of the most beautiful, looked like, kind of a scrapbook where it's kind of getting stuff pieced and put together in there, but had fun with it. And just it was yet another reminder, people are looking to play Twitchy Tides around the clock. This game is so much fun. It's got a great community of people talking about daily claims for things. Be sure you're claiming your Twitchy treasure on a daily basis, because that doesn't stack. It's not going to just roll over for you the next day. Get in there, daily claims on that. If you're playing on Twitch as it is, you don't have to put that much effort in as far as some of those battle bulls. Get on those, and then maybe you'll get that level 2 or level 3. Get the Charlotte Hornets looking color scheme. When I see that purple, I'm like, all right, we're good to go. We're getting 3. I'm going to triple on that. And that kind of falls into the part of Twitchy Tides I don't even get into that much on stream, because this portion of it is so great for what I need and for what I want. Just to use, to mix with any other game is a way to give away prizes on an hourly basis, if nothing else. This was not just reinventing the mousetrap, but raising the bar considerably. Things I've been waiting for years to happen finally have happened because of Twitchy Tides. So happy about that. Love being part of Tides Tuesday. Now, if you hammered about that, we've got 19 players and you're ready to go. Let's take the overlay down. I want to forget to join. That has happened before. Let's see. What will I use here? I used Lulu last time. I'll use the Rainbow Soul the Catfish. Go with that number 1 spot. That 9 lives command's no joke. I especially like it because it only helps me. Doesn't help anybody else. Like when those, you inadvertently kill an enemy that would have otherwise taken out the player that beat you in the end. 9 lives, all it does is bring me back to life. Although, when I'm hosting, when I'm streaming and playing Twitchy Tides, it's different. I'm not there trying to be as competitive, usually. Although sometimes I will take a mid-match opportunity to show off an Inferno spin or the Dream Command with Lulu or things of that nature. All right, 20 players in, my goodness. Let's get to it, shall we? So for the winner of this next game, a Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish, Faded Monsuda, I Gotta Rock, and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. I missed Tides Tuesday last week. Thrilled to be back with you here again. 21 players in, and this 4th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Look at that flash fire from Parrot and a spin. So you've got rocket-propelled minions, and you've got a flash fire. But meanwhile, Random King and DeBoer.js somehow got taken out. Tough break there. Down to 19, now 18 is Funko Lover. What happened there? Those missiles come flying by. Big Worm with a hook. Enemies are striking quickly. Flowers out. Dragon Rider out as well. Down to 16. Remember, an uncommon fish on the line for the winner. Pink Felicia stings OP Influencer and Dirac. And we're down to 14. Be sure to join me Tuesday of next week for Tides Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 0200 UTC. Big Worm the hook. There goes Liquid Chill. We're down to 13. And again, that flash fire command, Parrot. Get distracted. There's Krabby Mike taking advantage of the distraction. Master A's, Terran Lore both taken out. We're down to 11. Luckily for the remaining players, Krabby Mike hit that kill limit of 2. Look, there's always something new or interesting in Twitchy Tides. It doesn't just sit here and just the same as it ever was. It's tough to keep up in a good way. There's just a wide variety of fish and new things, improvements that are made. Depth charge. Can't miss it there. That blinking red takes out Zach along with Benny Alien. We're down to 9. Remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish locked in, or top 9 at this point. So you'll get leaderboard points. And look out for Big Worm with a hook. Get CVN Live catches my soul the catfish on the way out. And we're down to 7. Depth charge, bottom right. Trying to tuck itself in behind that Twitchy Tides URL, and it's going to take out Parrot. And we're down to 6. Minions, now with missiles. And King Claw is not to be trifled with. But it's Debo now. Debo the Shark taking out Panda Chan and Autumn's Toys. And we're down to 4. The final 4. Jess Tony, Bo Reddington, Bonnie T, and a spinning Funkin' Crypto. The last 4 in there. Depth charge. There goes Funkin' Crypto. We're down to 3. The winner's going to get an uncommon Twitchy Tides fish. Going to get the I Wanna Rock from Faded Monsuda. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. Here comes Debo. Debo the Shark, I think, is going to miss everybody. A Lambo command, well timed by Bo Reddington. Hit that off-screen ATM and then making it rain. Bonnie T, that Neon Leon, and that Flare command, very powerful. Meanwhile, it's Pink Felicia sneaking in from the right, taking out Bonnie T and Bo Reddington, and that's the game. So congratulations, Jess Tony 19, the winner here in this 4th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. So you win that Twitchy Tides uncommon fish plus the Faded Monsuda, I Gotta Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Of course, leaderboard points as well. Not just for you, but for the top 10. So for Benny Alien on up, a top 10 finish. all the way up to number 1. And your winner, Jess Tony19, victorious. Hey, thank you for playing and for watching, Jess Tony. Glad to have you here. Glad to have all y'all here for Tides Tuesday. Back open now for that next game with exclamation mark play in chat. All right, so for this next game, a little something different from Consumer Break, with a 3-pack from Consumer Break plus a Big Jack intro specialty promotional item. So the 3-pack broken cards plus the Big Jack promo. That's the name of Big Jack intro. The full name to be clinical about it. We'll have that plus I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. For the winner of this next game, you can get in right now with exclamation mark play in chat. Still to come before top of the hour, be given away for the first time here for my part of Tides Tuesday. Be giving away a Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack. Over the next 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, we got 4 of those packs to give away. Many thanks to Pop Paragon for the support with those packs, giving those to me to give away here on stream. Greatly appreciated. I never take it for granted. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. We got a wonderful community with Twitchy Tides. We got 11 players in for this next game. You can join as well. Just type exclamation mark play in chat to get in. Don't want to dawdle too much on this one here because we're going to have top of the hour sneaking up on me if I'm not careful. Let's go, says I420. Greetings and welcome. All right, so again, I don't want to get too short space time-wise here. Got so much to give away. So between now and 1 a.m. Eastern, we're giving away 4 Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs, the new ones. Got 4 of those to give away. We got a Faded Monsuda Mythic, Brock Berry. Got another one of those rare Casey Stones. We gave one away earlier this hour. We'll have another one of those in our next hour. We got a Consumer Break 20-pack coming up. We got 2 more of those Pin Art Warriors, Warlock Wars packs. Many thanks to Board JS. Give me those packs. And each of those 3 packs, 3 digital items inside. Lots of good stuff. Fun times. All right, 16 players in. So if you're not in yet for this game, again, kind of short-spaced here, but welcome to live broadcasting. That's me telling the meteorologist you got 45 less seconds than you thought here. Let's wrap it up with the 7-day forecast. Although a good meteorologist can absolutely save you as a producer. If you need a stretch, suddenly they're talking about the weekend plans, they're stalling for 30 seconds while your live shot gets fixed or whatever the problem is. And there are a lot of them that creep up in the TV news business. All right, let's see. I feel like I'm going to make a mistake. Okay, this wouldn't be a mistake. There we go. Take the overlay down. I'm going to click the wrong thing here. Might make the screen disappear. Done quite a bit of broadcasting today. Had not as much talking per minute, I guess. A little different with the Fire Pro Wrestling world. And a lot of fun with the Twitchy Tides games. Scurvy about giving out the Nash cash. People digging like we're doing right now here with Tides Tuesday. I got the exclamation play, hit a space, and it's just sitting there. I mean, typed a number. Let's use the Inferno Nessie, which is in the 4 spot of my Twitchy team tonight. So 19 players in for this next game. So for the winner, a Consumer Break 3-pack broken card, plus Consumer Break Big Jack intro, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Remember, top 10 finishers, you're getting leaderboard points. If I win, that top prize goes to the second place finisher. 19 players in, and this 5th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast here for my leg of it for Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. Up top, Debo. Debo takes out Funk and Crypto and Jess Tony. And early on, we're down to 17. Big Worm the Hook, Dragon Rider, and DeBoer JS both taken out. We're down to 15. I do an Inferno spin. We got a Cannonball zipping through, taking out Parrot, Waxtails, and Flower. We're down to a dozen. CV and Live and Funko Lover taking out with that depth charge. Remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. Big Worm, that hook takes out I-420. We're down to 9. More than half the field is out. Cannonball, there goes my Inferno Nessie. Also catches Fawny T and that Neon Leon on the way out, and we're down to 7. Pink Felicia, well-timed ghost command from Zach Bonifer. With that Swimsley fish. Sent Felicia back in the other direction. Random King gets taken out with that depth charge, and that was perfect timing with that ghost command by Zach. There was just enough of it left to provide some protection to get past that depth charge. Way it works out sometimes in this game. We're down to 6. Up top, it's Debo. Debo the Shark takes out Bo Reddington. We're down to 5. Zach Bonifer gets the chomps as well. And we're down to the final 4. Taryn Lore, Autumn's Toys, Dirac, and Jeff 0079, the final 4. Cannonball. That eliminates Jeff 0079, down to 3. Taryn Lore, Autumn's Toys, Dirac. And it's Debo. Debo takes out Taryn Lore. We got a spinning fish there, but that was unusual. Down to the final 2, Autumn's Toys and Dirac. The Orange Fish versus King Claw. Dirac gets hit by Big Worm with a hook, and that's the game. So congratulations, Autumn's Toys, with King Claw victorious here in this 5th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. So Autumn's Toys, you win that Consumer Break 3-pack of broken cards, plus that Big Jack intro from Consumer Break, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. In addition, leaderboard points. That goes for number 10 on up. So for I-420 Spit, 710 Fire on up, top 10 finish. The better the finish, the more leaderboard points earned, all the way up to number 1, and your winner, Autumn's Toys, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to take my hourly break now. I really am up against it time-wise. Really got short space in the last game, but hey, more winning, more fun. So it'll be about a 5-minute break. On the other side of it, for the first time ever for me here on Tides Tuesday, or on any show for that matter, giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack. That's one of the new ones. In total, we got 4 to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A little more than 2 hours. Plenty of prizes, plenty of fun. Back in just a few minutes. Twitchy Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. Got 21 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. I bumped my microphone cord. Now you check these connections over here. All right, 21 players. Let's pull this overlay down. Getting close to top of the hour. So for this next game of Twitchy Tides, if you're not in now, don't dawdle. Make a beeline for your computer or whatever device. Exclamation point play. I'll use the Inferno Nessie again here. So 23 players, and for this 6 Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast, the winner will receive a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack. Plus, from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus, an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. 23 players. And this 6 Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Get the thing in before top of the hour. With a Series 5 pack on the line. Got some serious anti-enemy commands. Got the minions with missiles. We got depth charge. So we had Terran Lore in there. Wait for that beaver to build a dam in that bottom left corner. Won't happen here, unfortunately, for Terran Lore out. On with Dirac, we're down to 21. Make that 20. It's Debo. Make that 19. Wombat Warrior out. I'm out as well. No Inferno spin for me this time. Down to 19. The winner of this game is going to win a Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack as we hit 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Quick reset. This is NashvilleLou Live. Middle of a game of Twitchy Tides. Parrot and Funkill Lover, the latest taken out. We're down to 17. Winner gets a Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack. In total, we have 4 will be given away here over the span of the next 2 hours. That includes the winner of this game right here. Random King and SDME get taken out by Debo the Shark, who gets flipped for real there and then hit with missiles. But the damage done. We're down to 15. And those minions aren't messing around. Big Worm with a Hook, Walk the Grid, and Benny Alien are out. We're down to 13. And it's Pink Felicia going left to right, zapping Flower and Jess Tony. More than half the field is out. We're down to 11. Big Worm the Hook. That takes out 2 high. We're down to 10. Remaining players, you've earned a top 10 finish. The winner's going to get a Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack. Zach gets hit with Big Worm of the Hook in that left side. We're down to 9. The minions with missiles. That cracks me. No laughing matter with the depth charge. Jamie Penguins and DeBoer JS taken out. We're down to 7. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. So much fun with this. Glad to have you here with me. We still have a mythic Faded Monsuda card be given away. Later this hour, we'll be giving away Faded Monsuda rare card. Look at that Consumer Break 20 pack to give away. And up top, taking the high road, the very high road, that cannonball. Nadu 6 gets clipped by it. We're down to a half dozen. Make that 4s. Big Worm Hooks, Panda Chan, and Autumn's Toys. So it's Fonny T, Dragon Rider, Funkin' Crypto, and Bo Reddington, the final 4. One of these 4 players about to win a Series 5 pack. Funkin' Crypto gets taken out by Debo, gets turned to the other direction. That flare command from Fonny T with a Neon Leon fish. Very powerful fish. Dragon Rider, Fawny T, and Bo Reddington exit stage right. Hit that off-screen ATM. And then make it rain. Here comes Pink Felicia up top, stinging Fawny T. And it's down to the final two, Bo Reddington and Dragon Rider. One of these two players is about to win a Series 5 pack. Krabby Mike working the wall crawl. Narrow escape for Dragon Rider. Spin move by Bo Reddington. With players trying to avoid those claws of Krabby Mike. Is Dragon Rider high enough indeed? The Gloria Glow against the Lambo, which heads off to hit the ATM again. Gloria Glow heading towards Pink Felicia. Almost frightening speed, but not quite fast enough to catch up, and thus the battle continues. Quite the fight here for this Series 5 pack. Here comes Debo. There goes Bo Reddington, and that's the game. So congratulations, Dragon Rider. You win it. So you win that Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Plus, a Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus, item from the NashvilleLou collection. Please remember, prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. Be sent out in the order they were won here on NashvilleLou Live from my fulfillment swallows. Of course, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. So for Zach on up, top 10 finish all the way to number 1, and your winner, Dragon Rider 7251979, victorious. You got the full number treatment there with that big pack win. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Remember, I had that long broadcast earlier, but I was saving, waiting for this main event here. We've had some main event quality battles thus far, hadn't we? Here in this second hour of Tides Tuesday. A quick look at the schedule. I'll be with you until 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So a little less than 2 hours from now, that's when we'll do the raid over to Carmen Bra. It's going to take us into the night U.S. time. Got 5 hours to go with. And then into Wet and Wild Wednesday. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that one. What the Wednesday schedule looks like yet. To be determined, maybe. To be announced. Las Vegas Ape does a fantastic job. Hoping to make him mad when I asked him to say daylight time instead of standard time. Like, I don't want to be like causing any unnecessary problems, because he does a tremendous job of getting things organized, talking with everybody. That's the tough part. I can change the label. I just like I want it to be right, because I saw the disaster that happened in the Forsaken Discord. All that talk I heard about and it can really be helpful at times to have that repost in the time code that shows the time. It's Hammer Time, but Hammer Time got broken pretty badly with the whole daylight saving time. It can't even do it at the same time. It's got like piecemeal. They made it more complicated. All right, let's look over here at the lobby, shall we? We got 11 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. In our first hour, we gave away a Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. Many thanks to MortJS providing those 3 packs. And each of those 3 packs, 3 digital items inside. So I was surprised that Zach Bonifer won the first hour. And I think that'll be the prize here for this next game as we are here into the second hour. Time is a way of getting away from me when I live stream in general, but particularly with Twitchy Tides, especially on Tides Tuesday, get pulled in. A #1 show here on Twitch. People love Tides Tuesday. Trying to type one thing and say another, so I wrote Warlock Fish instead of Warlock Pack. That's not the way it works, pal. Maybe there's a fish inside, I don't know. But I don't think so. So for the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game, the winner will receive a Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. Pen arts by the MortJS. Plus, from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. So 17 players in. Let me take this overlay down. We got Scurvy about giving out Nash Cash, where you can dig 15-minute cooldown between digs, but a 100% success rate. I'll get in there, do a little rampage here. So 18 players in for this next game. Make that 19. So if anybody else want to get in, very last chance here with exclamation mark play for this next Twitchy Tides game. We're still to come later this hour. Be giving away another one of those Series 5 Twitchy Tides packs. Got 2 more to give away in our 3rd hour. In addition, later this hour, be giving away another one of those rare Faded Monsuda Casey Stones cards. In our next hour, be giving away a mythic Faded. Backloaded this up quite nicely with prizes. And many thanks to Pop Paragon for the tremendous generosity. Likewise, Sensei Bullrog with Faded Monsuda. Really appreciated. As well as DeBoer JS with this Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack that's on the line. Part of that prize package here. 22 players in. If I win, prize goes to 2nd place. Hope that I accidentally minimized my document that had a list of games and the winners. That's an important part of this. All right, so I have my notes up to speed, not minimized. We've got 24 players in. And this 7th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Right away, Random King and Funk and Crypto get taken out. Down to 22. Krabby Mike up top. Zach Bonifer's eliminated, as is Panda Chan. There's that rampage. I guess I could try mine out as well with that. There we go. Bonnie T and Benny Alien are out. We're down to 18. Pink Felicia stings Kiyoshi Nobu and Parrot. We're down to 16. Nine lives command from that Rainbow Soul the Cat. Fish. Pink Felicia stings Taryn Lore and me. So we're out. We're down to 14. It's Soul the Cat using the Soul the Cat fish. Let's see. I love the wide variety of fish in here. It's visually compelling. Different artists involved, and yet it all feels like it fits together in the same world. It doesn't break your suspension of disbelief. It just adds to the fun factor. You never know for sure how a given game is going to play out. Cannonball on the low side. That Cannonball takes out I-420. We're down to 13. Depth Charge. Dirac is out. That Chain Reaction takes out Autumn's Toys. Down to 11. Big Worm, that hook on the right side. There goes Flower. We're down to 10. Remaining players, you've earned a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points for that monthly competition. And going left to right on the low road, it's Debo the Shark. Debo is going to take out Dr. Doom. Debo is going to take out Dragon Rider. We're down to 8. Cannonball zipping on through there. That eliminates Soul the Cat, Funko Lover, and Bo Reddington. We're down to 5. Big Worm, there's the hook, and that takes out Jess Tony. Down to the final 4. OP Influencer, Azael, Imahala, and DeBoer JS. The last 4. Pink Felicia going left to right. Zaps Azael. We're down to 3. Imahala, DeBoer JS, OP Influencer. The last 3 in there. That's Super Spin. Look at Debo the Shark. Going right to left. OP Influencer, that turtle. Fast enough to avoid the sharp teeth of Debo, at least there. And the battle continues with the final 3. And it's Krabby Mike. Doing the wall crawl, Krabby Mike. Players trying to stay to the left here, saying avoid Krabby Mike if you can. So Krabby Mike has to regroup. And you never know how a given game of Twitchy Tides is going to play out. Or what keeps it engaging and entertaining. Pink Felicia. Left to right, that bottom part of the screen misses everybody. Board JS, Imahala, OP Influencer, the last three in there. Cannonball. There goes OP, there goes Imahala, and that's the game. So congratulations to Board JS. Now that's you winning one of your own packs there. So I don't know quite how to handle this. I mean, you'll win, you get the prize package. It's just that's unusual to have it play out that. You never know it's going to work, though. Good game. So along with that Warlock pack, of course, it's not just that. It's from Faded Monsuda and I Got a Rock. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. The second gets the prize. When I'm a haul to get it, okay, we'll do that then. All right, thank you. I wasn't trying to hint for you to do that. I was just making note, you never know, and then sometimes it just works out. So I'm a holla. You can get the prize. Please remember, prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. They'll be sent out in the order they were won from my fulfillment SWAT on wax. All right. So the Board JS gets the win, but with it being the Warlock pack, saying go ahead and give that to second place finisher, Imahala. So in addition to all that, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points for Dr. Doom on up, all the way to number 1. Winner of the game, the Board JS, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation mark play. We'll get you in. And so for the winner of this next game, we'll give away a Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish. So for the winner will be game number 8 of the broadcast for me. A Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Still to come later this hour, we're giving away a Faded Monsuda rare card. Casey Stones, to be precise, gave one of those away in the last hour. The second to come later in this one. And then our next hour, got that mythic Brock Berry Faded Monsuda to give away. Later this hour, giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack. Got 2 more to give away in that third hour. Stacking it up, backloading it quite nicely, building toward that main event. And remember, the fun doesn't end at 1 a.m. Eastern. That's just when my portion of it. Quick look at that streamer lineup. You see Carmen Bra awaits at 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here on this Tides Tuesday. And it'll go on from there into the Wet and Wild Wednesday. So much fun with this game. People around the world love Twitchy Tides. It doesn't matter what day it is. I mean, to me, I've mentioned this a couple times before, but I mean, look, when I had a live stream on Christmas Eve, and we had people playing, no problem, people wanting to play, lining up. And then for New Year's Eve, again, people could be watching the ball drop in Times Square in New York City. They could be doing whatever. They were here playing, having fun with me here live on stream. It was a good time. I was like, all right, that's legit. That's not just like, okay, it's convenient to do. That's like people want to do this and are making a point to. And it's so much fun. So we have 17 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want to get in, just type exclamation mark play in chat for this 8th game of the broadcast. Winner gets a Twitchy Tides Uncommon Fish, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. We're down to 1,377 assets in the dig pool. 10 Nash Cash to dig. 100% success rate. 15-minute cooldown between digs. Trying a few different variables with it. No dig pass required, at least the way it is now. Maybe I'll change it in the future, but and there's so many creative people that have found ways to utilize Scurvybot, trying things, a couple of things differently, just seeing how it plays out. But so far, so good. I was talking earlier about how Dan Asker's done a tremendous job getting Scurvybot to where I was comfortable to use it here live on stream. It has worked out very well. So has Twitchy Tides. This game has been so wonderful. Tides Tuesday. Love being part of it. I've commandeered the fishing category until they actually give us Twitchy Tides as a category on here. I'm sick of having to put it over in strategy games. Some people put it in crypto. I don't think it belongs there, but that's each streamer's discretion. The easy solution will be actually choose the name of the game I want to play. It's only been my #1 game here for the past, 6 months now or close to it. Twitch is aware of this. IGDB is aware of this. And I think if I try and push any more, it's just going to make them slow play it even more. Sometimes in life, people got the power and you got to wait. And there's no two ways about it. But you made me wait too long, and then I start getting a little bit too creative. Start pushing some buttons. Okay. You want to see what slow play is all about, all right? Meanwhile, they probably just haven't gotten to it. Probably 10,000 games to get through. And I'm not being at all sympathetic to their point of view. I just know it shouldn't be that tough to pick a category. But they didn't ask me on that one. Look, the fact that I can broadcast this to the world from the comfort of my home. I mean, I really can't complain. And I know that's, for people that have been growing up with this being the reality, it's not a big deal. But I tell you, it still hasn't gotten old. Still love it. Great times with that. I still enjoy, quote-unquote, real-life sports broadcasts as well. I'll be back on the call for the Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse this Saturday, Senior Day. Swanee hosting Barry. Then a week from Saturday, regular season finale, big rivalry game against Center. There are only 2 Division III men's lacrosse programs in the state of Tennessee. There's Swanee, and then there's Rhodes over in Memphis, which is considerably further from where I live than Swanee is. It's kind of a unique thing that I have. That I get to do. It's a privilege. It's a gig. I take it very seriously because it's work, but I love it. Just like I love this. I love Twitchy Tides. I'm here yakking away. I got 6 minutes as the lobby open. All right, let's take the overlay down. So for this next game, remember, an uncommon fish on the line. Twitchy Tides is uncommon fish, to be clear. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. I don't know if I actually got in, which probably means I didn't. There we go. Maybe do a rampage here on this one. 24 players in. So as noted, winner gets a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish. Plus a Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And as usual, if I win, prize goes to second place. And this next game of Twitchy Tides, game number 8 of the broadcast, begins now. Good luck. Depth charge. Well, I didn't last long at all. First one out, along with Taryn Lore and Soul the Cat. 3 of us got zapped out of there real fast. Normally a depth charge only kills 2, but if you get 3 people that are boom, boom, boom like that right next to each other, that's the exception. Funk and Crypto with that scuba woofy in there. Got the fire underwater. That's like the memorable Twitchy Tides of several weeks back is that big worm takes out Bo Reddington and Cesaro. We're down to 19. Where I lost power, but the fire kept going. By the time the power came back on, the game was still going on. I was like, wow. You never know how a given game is going to play out. But that underwater fire was part of it, made me think of it. No, Pink Felicia says, forget reminiscing. Ready to do some zapping, but there's the Rampage command there. Direct taken out. Pink Felicia. We're game with 24. We're down to 17. Make that 16. Debo the Shark, make that 15. Random King is out. So is DeBoer JS. Unmodded Wombat Warrior before that. We're down to 15 remaining. Still to come later this hour. Be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Got 2 more to give away in our third hour. Cannonball. That takes out Jess Tony, Pennybags Jr., and Zach Bonifer. We're down to a dozen. Big Worm, the hook. Durack is out. We're down to 11. More than half the field is out now. And a riser of a cannonball shot takes out Funk and Crypto, Azile, and Fawny T. We're down to 8. So remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish or top 8 finish locked in. And thus leaderboard points. Here comes Krabby Mike. Get ready for the wall crawl. Krabby Mike. Surly disposition. Krabby Mike won't kill King Claw, so Autumn's Toys is okay. Parrot gets enough of a bounce to avoid Krabby Mike, who kills no one there. And the battle continues. Pink Felicia zaps Parrot and Chucky. And we're down to 6. For our next hour, we got that mythic Faded Monsuda card to give away. Cannonball up top misses all 6 remaining players. Later this hour, we got a Faded Monsuda rare card. That'll be a prize for a lucky winner. Not so lucky that people zapped by Pink Felicia, namely Nadu 6 and CMC Ski. And we're down to the final 4. Funko Lover, Autumn's Toys, Kevin Arna, and Dragon Rider. The final 4. Here comes Debo the Shark. Debo takes out Funko Lover. We're down to 3. Kevin Arna, Dragon Rider, and Autumn's Toys, the last 3. Pink Felicia zaps Dragon Rider and Cabin Arna, and that's the game. So congratulations, Autumn's Toys. Second victory in the broadcast. You get the win here in this 8th game, so you win Twitchy Tide's Uncommon Fish. Plus that Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. You'll get a second rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. In addition, the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. So for Azile on up, top 10 all the way to number 1. And your winner, Autumn's Toys, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in with exclamation point play in chat. So we'll go ahead and have this Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones card. Prize here for this next Twitchy Tides game. Along with the Faded Monsuda I Got a Rock and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. So it's exclamation mark play in chat to get in. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. Where you can dig every 15 minutes. That's the cooldown. It's 10 Nash Cash to dig. You got a 100% success rate. No dig pass required. Now keep in mind, subscribers earn Nash Cash at 10 times the rate of regular viewers, but regardless of how or the method or whatever of your viewing, glad to have you here with NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday with Twitchy Tides. Still to come later in the hour, be giving away another one of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs. Got 2 more to give away in our next hour. So it's exclamation mark play to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides. If you're chatty, maybe more. That's a up-close look at King Claude and Funkin' Crypto using that ping command. I'm a big fan of that. It reminds me of the 2-up version of like action figures. Like the Hasbro 2-ups of the early 1990s WWF figures that they became collector items. The unreleased Greg Valentine with the black hair. Most people are like, what are you talking about? And people are like, oh, I know that. So we got 12 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want to join, you want to get in, even if you've never played before, if you don't have a fish, you have a wax wallet, you don't know quite how you got here. Anybody that wants to play gets to with Twitchy Tides. And I think that's a very important part of this game. For somebody that's brand new to this, they're not going to be like, oh, I have to have a wax wallet. Oh, I have to jump through these hoops. I have to do something to get into play. Only hoop you got to jump through is exclamation point play. Hit enter. And even if you don't have any of that, you don't want any of that. If you just want to try it and play and have fun here in the moment, you get to. Everybody that wants to play gets to. I think that's important for people to not have bad experiences. And that was the problem I ran into with Warsaken Blitz, where I'd have so many people wanting to play me at once. It didn't matter what I did. I could only play one person at a time in that game. I'm not Quadrell to play 4 at once. Like, dude. That's impressive. I can't do that. That's like, okay, that's next level stuff. I'll give you one at a time. I'm living and dying with each hand. But the problem was people getting very frustrated because they'd want to play and then... Or they'd be waiting for 2 hours, and then, like, how long do you wait? Give somebody who's been supposedly waiting in line. What does it even mean to wait in line? So, by contrast, Twitchy Tides, everybody that wants to play gets to. And there's much less angst. A lot fewer problems that way, I found. And in Twitchy Tides, you can pair it with practically any game as long as you don't need to use a delay. So like if you're playing blockchain brawlers, okay, that might not be a good fit because you have to use a delay or you'll go crazy. I presume you'll be sus right away figuring that I have an opponent that's peeking in. And there is some strategic disadvantage with Warsaken Blitz when you don't hide your cards on stream, but look, I've won several tournaments. I won the Grand Slam Championship last year without hiding anything on stream for any of the rounds. But what I need now with Warsaken Blitz is a turn timer, an assistant that'll have somebody ready for me to play when I'm needing them to play. Not having to play against my audience and basically be like a heel on my own show. If I would win too much, it would hurt the vibe of the show. Ugh. I don't want people to be rooting against me. Life's tough enough without that. Why book it that way? Thus, with this, you got Twitchy Tides. Everybody's playing, having a good time. Having a good time here this next game. Got that Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones on the line for the winner. Last chance if you want to get in with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll take the overlay down. I'll get in with exclamation point play, and I'll use the Lulu fish. Use the ping command for my Lulu fish with the up close look there. So 20 players in for this next game with that Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones on the line. Plus, Faded Monsuda I Gotta Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 9th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast here for me for my portion of Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. 21 players in. Direct got in just in time. Funko Lover, tough break there. Didn't need to pull my preview screen down on my OBS studio monitor here to see what happened. There's Big Worm striking. Now it's Debo the Shark. Debo going right to left. Takes out Kiyoshi Nobu. Takes out Cesaro NLV. We're down to 18. Remember, for the winner here, that Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones card. On that prize pack for the winner. Pink Felicia up top. Zaps Flower along with CMC Scheme. We're down to 16 remaining. Depth Charge. Direct gets taken out. And with that chain reaction, tough break there for Random King. We're down to 14. And look at that Flash Fire spin. Impressive there from Parrot. Get the minions now with missiles. King Cloth. All right. You want to complain about me hitting the easy treatment there from Krabby Mike? I'll give my minions some missiles. Keep everybody safe. Fonny T. Taken out by Debo, as was Pennybags Jr. We're down to 12. That rare Faded Monsuda card on the line for the winner. Krabby Mike takes out my Lulu fish. Also, those claws take out Terran Lore. We're down to 10 remaining players. You've earned a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points. With the minions and the missiles, get the defense system. Got a Flash Fire, and we've got the Hook from Big Worm against Aegis, and a tough break for Funk and Crypto. Taking out as well, down to 8. And again, Krabby Mike, the wall crawl. There goes Parrot. And there goes DeBoer JS. Soul the Cat had her 9 lives there with that Rainbow Soul the Catfish. Better to have it not needed than vice versa there. The battle continues now. Krabby Mike again, hogging up the spotlight. Doing the wall crawl, trying to show off. Taking out Chucky. We're down to 5. Taking out Bo Reddington. We're down to the final 4 now. So it's Soul the Cat, Wombat Warrior, Liquid Chill, and Zach Bonifer. The final 4. With that rare Faded Monsuda card on the line. Big Worm the Hook. Zach's out. We're down to 3. Soul the Cat, Wombat Warrior, Liquid Chill. Soul the Cat hits the Depth Charge. We're down to 2. Liquid Chill and Wombat Warrior, the final 2. Krabby Mike at ground level, ready to do the wall crawl. Narrowly avoided there by Liquid Chill, near collision. Krabby Mike misses both remaining players, and the battle continues. With that rare Faded Monsuda card on the line here for the winner. Cannonball misses both remaining players. Liquid Chill, Wombat Warrior, the final 2. Pink Felicia stings Liquid Chill, and that's the game. So congratulations, Wombat Warrior 2025. Victorious here in this 9th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. So you win that Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones card. Plus also from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Let me finish writing your name here. As again, if I try and say one thing and type another, I just don't have the aptitude to pull that off. There are people that do. I worked with them in TV, especially, for years. Even more impressive, the people that can have it said in their ear while they're on air, and you would never know the difference. They're like, for me, I would clearly have trouble with. I would look agitated. I know it. It worked out well in a number of ways for me to work as a producer. I wouldn't have made it to Tampa at the age of 23 trying to be an anchor. That would have taken a lot longer. Be working some small market weekend TV sports, trying something, or just be willing to work crazy hours and crazy business. That was the path I chose. So I have a little bit more of a the whole thing of, sleeping at night like normal people do. My internal clock I kind of thrown off years doing overnights. But be that as it may, for this particular game here, top 10 finish, age is 2017 on up. You get leaderboard points for that. That monthly competition. All the way up to number 1 and your winner. Wombat Warrior 2025, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in with !play in chat. Very long note I wrote for myself here, but trying to plan things out from a prize standpoint. So for this next game of Twitchy Tides, the winner will receive a Twitchy Tides common fish plus a consumer break Mongolian Deathworm sketch card plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. So it's !play to get in. We got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. People able to dig every 15 minutes, no dig pass required. 100% success rate on those digs. And trying a few variables that are a little different than the way some others have approached it, just to see if these other ways might work better for me. Maybe I'll find that, perhaps some adjustments need to be made, but that's part of being involved with something that's truly cutting edge. At long last, the world of wax gaming and Twitch live streaming, which seemed like there should be a perfect combination, but it's been inexplicably waiting for that bridge to be built. And people with the programming know-how and the marketing and the vision to make it happen like we've had here with Twitchy Tides and like we're going to have soon with Faded Monsuda. We're already having it, but once we get to the point of automation with that game, when I can just turn it on, have it ready to go, not have to worry about anybody else or any discords or any nonsense, it'll be good to go with that. Looking forward to it. Just deal with any sort of and I say nonsense, any sort of thing with Tabletopia, that can be very helpful for new games that are being developed, but that's not the time for me to be playing the game. The time for me to be playing is when it's ready for me to show off to the world. Let me showcase this. I got 30 years of broadcasting experience. I know a thing or two about how to, especially from learning from consultants and even ad executives, ways to showcase things. And they're just giving stuff away or showing it off. You're telling the world about it. All right, 13 players in for this next game. Last chance to get in for this game with !play in chat. The winner gets a Twitchy Tides common fish plus a consumer break Mongolian Deathworm sketch card plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Take the overlay down. Invite you to join me next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Episode 25 for me with Tides Tuesday. Was off last week with that broadcasting commitment I had with the Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse game. But that's the only Tuesday game on the schedule for the home games at least. And even if they hosted an NCAA playoff game, it would be a Wednesday. So in the event that happens, even that's not going to get in the way. I mean, the fans demand it with Tides Tuesday, and why not? It's so much fun. Get in with the Inferno Nessie. 17 players in for this next game. The winner gets that consumer break Mongolian Deathworm sketch card. Plus, that's a lot to say at once. Plus a Twitchy Tides common fish. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And as usual, if I win, prize goes to second place. And this 10th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. We're still to come later in the hour. We'll be giving away another one of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs. In our next hour, we got 2 more to give away. Got a lot to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So Bo Reddington's out. I'm out. Cesaro, Wombat Warrior, Flower, we're all out. We're down to 13 right away. Meanwhile, here comes Debo, and Debo, the minions with their missiles, took out Debo. Especially the missiles there, to be specific. Vulcan Crypto and Azile get taken out, and we're down to 11. Big Worm, that hook, that whole line, got taken up with that rampage there. Dirac clearing the perimeter there. Debo shows up, and the minions fire the missiles. I mean, that is not messing around there. King Claw bringing the heat. Pennybags Jr. with that Lambo making it rain. Grabby Mike with the wall crawl takes out Funko Lover and Zach Bonifer. Half the field is out. Remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish locked up, and thus leaderboard points down to 9. Between that flare from Fawny T's Neon Leon and the Rampage, like fighting back hard against the enemies. The minions with the missiles as well. You never know what to expect in this game here with Twitchy Tides. Debo the Shark takes out Pennybags Jr. along with Fawny T, and we're down to 7. Where most of these enemies are capped at a maximum of 2 kills per on-screen appearance. It's 3 for a cannonball. Big Worm takes out Terran Lore with that hook. We're down to 6. Cannonball up top, my goodness, Parrot, OP Influencer, and Dirac all taken out. Down to the final 3, CMC Ski, Viper Czar, and Autumn's Toys. Cannonball, there goes Viper Czar. So it's CMC Ski and Autumn's Toys, the final 2. Cannonball, Rise of a Shot catches Autumn's Toys, and that's the game. So congratulations, CMC Ski, victorious here in this 10th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You win that Consumer Break Mongolian Deathworm sketch card, plus that Twitchy Tides Common Fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Getting loaded up there. In addition, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. That's for Zach on up, all the way to number 1, and your winner, CMC Ski 123, victorious. All right, back open for our next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to get ready now to take my hourly break. Be about a 5-minute break. On the other side of it, we're going to have this next game, and the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game is going to win a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack. We gave away one in our first hour. This is the one here for this current hour. In our next hour, we got 2 more to give away. Also still to come. In our next hour, we'll be giving away that mythic Brock Berry from Faded Monsuda. Got that Consumer Break Seasons 20-pack to give away. Got another one of those Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars packs to give away. A lot to give away. So a lot of good times ahead. Got to get a lot of games in as well. Back in just a few minutes. This next game with a Series 5-pack on the line for the winner. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Alright, back on headset with you here. It's NashvilleLou Live. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday. We've got 21 players in for this next game. And for the winner of this next game, the prize will include an item from the NashvilleLou collection, a Faded Monsuda, I Gotta Rock, plus a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack. And remember, we'll have 2 more of those Series 5 packs to give away in our next hour here. Alright, so I'll take the overlay down. I'll make sure I get in with exclamation mark play. If you're not in yet and you want in, better book it right now, right away, and get in fast. I'll join with my Lulu fish. Not mine per se, but I've kind of adopted Lulu as my unofficial mascot of sorts here on NashvilleLou Live, particularly when it comes to Twitchy Tides. I'm very much a fan of the Twitchy Tides TV account having Lulu emotes that I can use at a moment's notice in chat, as shown there. 23 players in for this next game. Game number 11 of the broadcast. The winner gets a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack, along with an item from the NashvilleLou collection, and a Faded Monsuda, I Gotta Rock. 23 players in. I'll actually close this box here. OBS Studio, the interaction box with Twitchy Tides. 23 players to interact with this game. If I win, the prize goes to second place, and the 11th game for my portion of Tides Tuesday this week with Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And it's Debo the Shark right away, taking out Funko Lover and CMC Ski. Early on, we're down to 21. Krabby Mike showed up. Those anti-enemy missiles there took out Krabby Mike. The irony being that Krabby Mike is incapable of killing King Claw. It's one of the many strengths of that King Claw, that legendary tier fish. See if there are a couple of out there. The crown. I got the one spinning right now from Funkin' Crypto. The Lambo with Bo ready to make it around. You got triple Lambos up in here. And we got Debo. Fun stops with Debo the Shark. Bonnie T's out, so is Dr. Doom. And we're down to 19. Those missiles flying around. That cannonball came through. Autumn's Toys, Kevin Arna, and Dirac all take it out there. We're down to 16. Make that 14. Big Worm with that hook. Azile is out. So is Soul the Cat. We began with 23. We're down to 14. Cannonball. There goes Dave Ira. There goes Chucky. We're down to a dozen. Now, on the left side of the wall crawl, Krabby Mike takes out Imahala and Terran Lore. We're down to 10. So remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish, and thus leaderboard points. But the winner gets a Tide Series 5 pack, one of the brand new ones. Depth Charge, CTR Heels Fan, and Flow are both taken out there. And we're down to 8. Make that 6. That hook from Big Worm got Wombat Warrior and caught Funkin' Crypto on the way out. Down to a half dozen. Again, Big Worm. This time it's Parrot eliminated. We're down to 5. And remember, if I win, that prize goes to second place. I don't get to keep that Series 5 pack. It's for one of the viewers, one of the players. Bo Reddington gets hit with that cannonball. Down to the final 4. JR Since 82, Zach Bonifer, Pennybags Jr., and me, NashvilleLou, with that Lulu fish. An uppercut of a cannonball shot misses everybody. Pennybags Jr. hits the off-screen ATM and makes it rain underwater. Big Worm with a hook takes out JR Since 82, and we're down to 3. where a Series 5 pack is on the line here for the winner. Or if I win for the second place finisher, so Zach's going to get the pack. Penny Max Jr. gets taken out of that depth chart. So even if I win, the pack goes to second place. The prize pack does. Not just the pack, everything. And lo and behold, even with Team No Hands, Zach Bonifer hits the hook, and I get the win. Good game. What a sus. A triple sus there. All right, so while I get the victory, it'll be Zach Bonifer getting that prize pack, which includes that Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack, item from the NashvilleLou collection, and from Faded Monsuda, I Gotta Rock. In addition, of course, top 10 finishers, leaderboard points for you. That's for CTR Heels fan on up, all the way to number 1. A winner is me, Zach Bonifer. You get that Series 5 pack as far as the first place prize going to you there. Congratulations. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game as we hit midnight, or close in on midnight Eastern. The clock over here is about a half a minute fast. I've had to reset this thing a few times the last few days. Boy, weather's been here in the Nashville area. I've got battery backups, but not every spot has the battery backups. I'm like, okay, I can plug it in and get power. It's not going to wreck my... I don't know how long I've even had this clock. Many moons. Predates me moving in here, and that's coming on 10 years living in the same place, which is the longest I've ever lived anywhere at one time, like, since I was like a kid. Even then. Nah, okay, it's getting close though. All right, so already got 7 players in for that next Twitchy Tides game. Let's see this list of prizes here. This would be a good spot to have the third of 3 of those Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars packs. Pen Arts by DeBoard.js. Many thanks for those packs. Ironically, DeBoard.js won. We had the game for one in that second hour. That prize will go to Imahal, and they'll be sent out after the broadcast concludes. As now we hit midnight Eastern. Do a quick reset. Fish file into the lobby. This is NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides here on Tides Tuesday. Got one more hour with you. Time just flies by when it comes to Twitchy Tides, especially on Tides Tuesday. And once we get to that next top of the hour, we'll be doing a raid over to Carbon Bra. We'll take us into the night U.S. time for the next 5 hours and then set the stage for the Wet and Wild Wednesday. I'm not sure what that's going to entail this week. We'll find out soon enough with that. 15 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Still to come within this next hour. Got 2 more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. Plus, been teasing it since the outset of the broadcast. Got that mythic tier Brock Berry Faded Monsuda card to give away. Quite a bit to get through here. A lot of prizes to give away between now and top of the hour. Got scurvy about giving out Nash Cash. Got people able to dig every 15 minutes. Cost 10 Nash Cash to dig, 100% success rate. No dig pass required. Now, subscribers earn 10 times the rate on Nash Cash. But everybody earns at least some if you're watching, and that's the idea. Incentivize people to watch and to play. Thrilled to have you here. Love being part of Tides Tuesday. So much fun. All right, 16 players in. I'm going to take the overlay down. And I'll join as well with exclamation mark play in chat. If you want in for this game, I'll get to it now, right now. Right away with exclamation point play in chat. I'll use the Inferno Nessie. I'm a big fan of Inferno Nessie. Inferno Spin. Real easy to make it look like it's perfectly timed with this 0-second lag. Streamer's advantage. But if I do that, it's typically just to show it off earlier, maybe mid-match if I forget. But into the game, let it ride. And sometimes things work out, like in that last game where I got the win. But it's tough. A lot of talented players in the mix, a lot of fish. So 19 players in for this next game for the winner. The prize is a Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. And we're getting 3 digital items inside that pack. Many thanks again, Pen Arts by DeBoard.js, for providing that. For all 3 of these packs here. In addition, Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. 19 players in. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this 12th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday. Depth charge. Funko Lover's out. So is Soul the Cat. Tough break early there. Down to 17. Krabby Mike. Trying to work ground side with those defense missiles. Good grief. Those things are effective. And now it's Pink Felicia going right to left, taking out Dave Ira and Random King. Down to 15. Depth charge. There goes JR since 82. Down to 14. The hook from Big Worm. Zach Bonifer's out. We're down to 13. Got the minions with missiles. Man, not messing around there. Taking out that depth charge. And why does Dirac Squid have the unusual name? It's like a larger font. Krabby Mike says, you worry about the font later, pal. Doing the wall crawl. Taking out CTR Heels fan and me. I was dead, didn't know it. Working a 6 cents gimmick. We're down to 11. Pink Felicia stings CMC Ski and Wombat Warrior. We're down to 9. More than half the field is out. And remaining players, now you've locked in a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points out of this game. Big Worm with that hook takes out Viper Czar, and we're down to 8. And now it's Debo the Shark. Debo going right to left. Debo takes out Aegis 2017 and Dirac. Down to 6. Depth charge. Autumn's Toys gets taken out with that chain reaction. So does Fawny T. We're down to 4. Pennybags Jr., Bo Reddington, Chucky, and Funkin' Crypto. Cannonball working really low there. Misses everybody. So you've got 2 Lambos, a King Claw, and then Chucky. Repping Team No Hands there. Day just chilling. Meanwhile, Big Worm with a hook. Bo Reddington makes it rain with that Lambo. But Funkin' Crypto and Bo Reddington both get taken out. And we're down to 2. The final 2. It's Chucky and Pennybags Jr. Pennybags Jr., what happened? Krabby Mike out of nowhere. And Chucky gets the victory. Chucky wins. Improbable. Never say never. I mean, look at the final 6 we had in there. We had 2 King Claws. We had 2 Lambos. We had a Neon Leon. But look at who the winner was. That day just chilling right there. It's Chucky victorious. Congratulations on the victory. So you get the Pen Art Warriors Warlock Wars pack. You get the Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. In addition, top 10 finishers, leaderboard points for you. That's for Wombat Warrior on up. See me there in 12th place. Sad participant. Not getting top 10. But for Wombat Warrior on up, it is a top 10 finish, and thus leaderboard points all the way to number 1. And your winner, Chucky0644, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation mark play, and chat will get you in. I've got to figure things out here from a timing standpoint. This is the news producer me. I'm going to time 2-hour newscast by myself. Welcome to the biz, kid. And once you prove you can do the seemingly impossible, then it's expected on a nightly basis. And I'm sure it's in a lot of businesses that's how the case is, but certainly TV news. And that was how the business was 10 plus 11, that's like almost 11 years ago now they've been out. There used to be a lot more people that worked in that business. It's tough. And the people that I talk to that are still in the business, especially ones in management positions, they have been Lou. I say, okay, what's the end game? How do you guys, where's the other side of this hill? Where are you getting to? And the answer is, we don't know. It's been the answer for years. We don't know. We're desperately trying to hold on to everything we have. And look, I mean, it's not like that's some sort of super secret inside information. You can see getting squeezed by the networks, those where they're affiliates and they're not owned and operated. It's tough. Gotta pay for electricity. Well, how many people are watching on over the air versus getting on cable or streaming? But you're still paying that hefty power bill. Hundreds of thousands of watts sounds really nice and it's really powerful. A lot of electricity though, and that can add up. But the power bill is the least of the problem for some of them. All right, so let's see here. We've got 2 more Series 5 Twitchy Tides packs still to give away, but between now and top of the hour, making sure nothing gets overlooked here. Got that mythic Brock Berry from Faded Monsuda still to give away. But I think here we'll go ahead and give away the Consumer Break Seasons 20 pack. So that's going to be for the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got 15 players in. Exclamation mark play. I'll get you in for this next game. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. We've got 15 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Take the overlay down. I'll join as well with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll use Gloria Glow. So for this next game of Twitchy Tides, the winner gets a Consumer Break Seasons 20 pack. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. For later this hour, I got 2 more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. Look at that Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry to give away. All that between now and top of the hour. Right now, 16 players in with that Consumer Break 20 pack on the line for the winner. All right, so if I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 13th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And it's Debo the Shark taking out Dirac and Soul the Cat. Early on, we're down to 14. See if I can do that neon glow command. Oh, I still have time. There we go. Meanwhile, the minions with missiles, those missiles, moving at a rapid pace, taking out any would-be enemy attacks. Now here comes Debo. Debo the Shark, biding his time, then taking out Pennybags Jr. and Dave Ira. We're down to 12. For a consumer break 20-pack on the line here. Depth charge. Wombat Warriors out. So is Zach Bonifer. Remaining players. You've secured a top 10 finish, and that's leaderboard points. Up top, Pink Felicia, Sting CMC Ski, and CTR Heels fan. Half the field is out. We're down to 8. Krabby Mike, those missiles. Accurate and effective. More missiles. Krabby Mike. It's funny. It's very one way for King Claw. Krabby Mike won't even kill King Claw, but those minions or the missiles have no compunction about taking out Krabby Mike. Depth charge. There goes Funk and Crypto. We're down to 7. Pink Felicia manages to sting Fawny T. We're down to 6. Up top of Cannonball. That takes on my Gloria Glow. Down to 5. Pink Felicia going right to left. Tough break there with that spin move for Parrot. Also, DeBort JS gets the sting from Pink Felicia. And we're down to the final 3. It's Chucky, Bo Reddington, and Funko Lover. A Lambo and 2 Day-Days, but it's like bowling. Not quite the 7-10 split, but it takes out Chucky, it takes out Funko Lover, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. Victorious here in game number 13 of the broadcast. It's tough once that cannonball gets zipping on through. I've got that at full speed. That's the one exception, as I've noted. Or the way I've got it set up here with the maximum kills per appearance. Every other enemy I've got capped at 2, but for that cannonball, you've earned it for the 3rd. But more than just the settings themselves, the fact that you can customize them to that level is part of the little detail that goes a long way when it comes to Twitchy Tides. You can make this game your own. We're CMC Ski on up a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1, and your winner, Bo Reddington, victorious. All right, back open for our next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to take my last break in the break. A little early to take it, but I need to. Starting to feel the fade, and yet having a blast. We got so much still to go here. Between now and 1 a.m. Eastern, we do that raid over to Cartman Brock. Still have 2 more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. We'll give one of those away on the other side of this break with this next Twitchy Tides game. Also, still ahead, Faded Monsuda, that mythic Brock Berry. Be giving that away between now and top of the hour. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. right, back on headset with you here. NashvilleLou Live. That was the last break of the broadcast. Between now and top of the hour, or thereabouts, we raid over to Carbon Broth. In that time, we have 2 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs to give away. Plus, we got to give away that Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry. We've got 22 players in for this next game. This 14th game of the broadcast. Prize will include an item from the NashvilleLou collection. The wrong button here on my keyboard. There we go. As I was saying, prize will include an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock, plus a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. We have this one and then one more as well to give away between now and top of the hour. Plus that Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry. Nice prize is coming up here. And to that end, let's take the overlay down. I'll get in with exclamation point play. A double Rainbow Soul the Catfish in there. So 24 players here for this next game, this 14th game of the broadcast. The Tide Series 5 pack on the line. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And with that Series 5 pack on the line, this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. That takes out Pennybags Jr. and Benarba High. A rude welcome for them. Likewise, Chucky and Dirac. Tough break there. Those missiles move fast, but not fast enough there. Down to 20. Krabby Mike. Waiting for the missiles to move. And ducked on in, took out Fonny T and JR since 82. Down to 18. For a Series 5 pack. It's on the line for the winner. Still have one more of those to give away between now and top of the hour. Pink Felicia Stings Liquid Chill, along with my Soul the Catfish. We're down to 16. Get the minions with missiles. You got the Lambos making it rain. 4 King Claws, 2 Lambos. And a Rainbow Soul the Catfish. Depth charge. Random Kings out. Funko Lover out. Down to 14. Depth charge up top takes out Cesaro NLV with OP Influencer. Half the field is out. We're down to a dozen. That Series 5 pack on the line for the winner of this game. Azile gets taken out. Down to 11. Cannonball. Wow, those missiles caught up to the cannonball. First time I can recall seeing that put to the test quite like that. But not quite fast enough for that depth charge out of nowhere, which took out Dave Ira. Remaining players, you've now earned a top 10 finish, and thus leaderboard points. Down to 8. Depth charge takes out Bo Reddington and Wombat Warrior. Half of the players left are King Claw. That's still the case. Big Worm takes out DeBorche S and Viper Czar. We're down to 6. Got Swimsley. Got Nessie Stormscale. And you got Debo the Shark taking out Funkin' Crypto and Soul the Cat. We're down to the final 4. Parrots, Cabinarna, Autumn's Toys, and Zach Bonifer. A Swimsley, a Nessie Stormscale, and 2 King Claws. I make a large order. A frequent shopper discount. We got Pink Felicia taking out Autumn's Toys. That Ghost Command from the Swimsley fish there. And send Felicia back in the other direction. Parrot looks like he must be over there delivering a an appeal to bring them back. But you notice there, that King Claw did not get taken out by Krabby Mike with a wall crawl. It's one of the advantages to using King Claw. It's immune. Krabby Mike missed everybody there. Final 3 with a pack on the line. Depth chart, those minions didn't help in time. That took out Parrot. And it's down to the final 2, Cabinarna and Zach Bonifer. Swimsley versus Nessie, Stormscale, and Nessie gets taken out by Big Worm, so that's the game. Congratulations, Zach Bonifer, you win. You get that Series 5 Twitchy Tides pack. You get the I Got a Rock from Faded Monsuda. And you get the item from the NashvilleLou collection. The victor in our 3rd game of the broadcast. Now here in game number 14, the winner. And of course, top 10 finishers are getting leaderboard points for the monthly competition. Bo Reddington on up. The higher the finish, the more you get as far as those leaderboard points, all the way to number 1. And your winner, Zach Bonifer, for the 2nd time in this broadcast, victorious in Twitchy Tides. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. And for this next game, let's do it for the Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry. That's going to be part of the prize package on the line here for this 15th game of the broadcast. If you want in, all you have to do is type !play in chat. You'll be in. Remember, we still have one more Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack to give away. That'll be how we'll likely end the broadcast at or about top of the hour. At which point we'll then do a raid over the Cartman Brawl. It's going to keep it going into the night U.S. time. You got 5 hours. So for this next Twitchy Tides game, the winner wins a Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry plus Faded Monsuda I Got a Rock plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Be sure to join me Tuesday of next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's 0200 UTC. Back in my normal slot. Had a sports broadcasting obligation last Tuesday. Back with you here with Tides Tuesday this week. Next week will be my 25th Tides Tuesday broadcast. That should be a lot of fun. We've got ScurvyBot giving out Nash Cash for people just hanging out with me here live on Twitch. With 10 Nash Cash. There's a 15-minute cooldown between digs, but you can dig for 10 Nash Cash. 100% guarantee as far as success goes with the dig. $13 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. !play will get you in. Type in the dig info. Talk about the command for !play before I start typing in the dig info. Let's see if ScurvyBot's got the scoop. So we're down to 1,348 assets in that pool. For no dig pass required. You have 10 Nash Cash. Not legal tender, but that's the clever name I came up with for the had to come with something. Okay, Nash Cash it is. If you got a Lou coin, it's like, can you get more generic, pal? All right, Nash Cash. That rhymes. People can remember that. I can remember that. It's easy to write. And you can use that to dig when I'm live here on Twitch with ScurvyBot. All right. We've got 14 players in for this next game with that mythic Twitchy Tie, or excuse me, that mythic Faded Monsuda, that Brock Berry. Along with the Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock item from the NashvilleLou collection. Let's take the overlay down. We'll get in with !play. I'll use the Gloria Glow. While I'm thinking about it, I can use I'll show off that glow command. It's neon glow. I use ping to go 2 times the size there. You're gonna get some attention with that. License and registration, please. I love the artwork in this game. The animation is on point. The collision detection, even more importantly, is on point. Doesn't break your suspension of disbelief. It just adds to the fun factor. The wide variety of fish and other aquatic life, and the eccentric group of enemies that try to take them out. That's the most succinct way to put it. And this, again, is only part of Twitchy Tides. I don't be selling this game short at all. It's just for the purpose of what I do here on Twitch. This part fits so well. I don't need the other parts to... From a pacing standpoint, this works very well. But there's a lot more to it than just this. So please don't think this is just... It just works phenomenally well as an accompanying piece with any game you can stream that doesn't need a delay, or as a standalone on Tides Tuesday. We got 16 players in. So for this next game, the winner gets the Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry, plus the Faded Monsuda I Got a Rock, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this 15th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Remember, later in the hour, we're not that far from top of the hour. 11:35 local time for me. It's past midnight Eastern. We'll be doing a raid over to Cartman Bra. Before that, we're going to have a game with a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack on the line. We've got one more to give away between now and top of the hour. Random King and Jimmy Penguins, both eliminated. Krabby Mike striking early. Down to 15. Now it's Pink Felicia taking out Chucky and Viper Czar. Down to 13. Now, Krabby Mike was waiting for which enemy was going to show up. Summer B taken out, as is Dave Ira, with that wall crawl from Krabby Mike. And we're down to 11. You have the option as a streamer. You can have it where there's no limit on the kills. Or you can set it by the enemy as far as, like, if you want one to have 1 kill maximum, one to have no limit. You can set it that way. You've got considerable latitude as a streamer, which adds to the fun factor. Funko Lover is out. We're down to 10, so remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. Got that flame command there from JR since 82. That wide variety of commands, get the animations. And it's Big Worm with a hook, taking out Dirac and Fonny T. Down to 8. That mythic Faded Monsuda card on the line here for the winner. Depth Charge takes out Benarba High. We're down to 7. And Pink Felicia gets past the missiles. Takes out Pennybags Jr. And we're down to 6. And remember, if I win, that prize goes to second place. And it's Debo the Shark going right to left, taking out Funkin' Crypto and Zach Bonifer. Down to the final 4. Bo Reddington, JR since 82, Parrot 314, and me, NashvilleLou, with the Gloria Glowfish. My brand color of purple. Debo the Shark going right to left. Debo misses everybody. The battle continues. Who's going to get that mythic Faded Monsuda card? Cannonball. My voice starting to go. JR since 82 is out. Down to 3. Remember, I'm in there. So Parrot's out. So Bo Reddington, you're going to win the Mythic card, regardless of the outcome. If I somehow win, the prize goes to second place. No hiding behind the logo. Take that down. Bo Reddington with that Lambo hitting the off-screen ATM to make it rain. But it's not going to matter. The off-screen, there you go. Celebrate with that money. Throw it up in the air. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. You win that Mythic Brock Berry. And Faded Monsuda, congratulations. Second win the past 3 games. Won that season's 20 pack from Consumer Break, and then win that prize pack here that includes that that includes that Faded Monsuda Mythic Brock Berry. Till the fatigue starting to set in. But I'm having a blast. I love this. Love Tides Tuesday. So for Jirac on up a top 10 finish, leaderboard points all the way to number 1. And your winner, Bo Reddington, victorious. Back open for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. And so for the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game, it'll be a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. See, I wrote uncommon or UC common instead of. I wrote that up there earlier. So that I'm trying to write UC as far as uncommon tides fish, and somehow lost in translation. I'll fix my notes here real fast. There we go. As I was saying, for this upcoming game that we'll get to here in a few minutes, the winner will receive a Twitchy Tides uncommon fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. And still to come, we got 20 minutes before top of the hour, but still to come. I have another Twitchy Tides game with a Series 5 pack on the line. And again, many thanks to Pop Paragon for supporting me and other Twitchy Tides streamers. These packs. Twitchy Tides TV has been an overwhelming success. We have 11 players in at the moment for the next game. If you want to get in, it's very easy. Just type exclamation point play in chat. Hit enter or return or whatever button it is that constitutes entering something into chat, and you'll be in. One nice thing with this lobby screen here, you can, at least for in my position, you don't have to give play-by-play of the game if you're streaming it. I'm a sports broadcaster. I've been a sports broadcaster for 30 years. That's what I do. That's kind of, this is an extension of what I do with that. I started to say a little less intense, but that really depends on the circumstances or the prize on the line. Or the sport for that matter. Men's lacrosse is a lot different than, say, baseball. Baseball is a very conversational sport, which made it tricky to do as a college student. I mean, I've got 30 years later, I've got decades of stories and anecdotes and whatever. When I was 18, 19 years old, especially when I had to call a game on the road by myself. Like, oh man. I was lucky. There was one year where the starting catcher on the team was in my French class. I did not do very well with foreign languages, unfortunately. But I got some good scoops as far as like things to talk about. Like, I remember calling Evansville at Murray State, Murray, Kentucky, by myself. Luckily, I had information on the different players enough to fill the time. Again, by contrast, being able to broadcast from the comfort of my home to the entire world with whatever I want, essentially, as long as it's within the terms of service, it just doesn't get old. I absolutely love it. Love having you here with me. Love being part of Tides Tuesday. Taking a look at the slate here. Coming up top of the hour, so 15 minutes, give or take. We're doing that right over to Cartman Bra. And take us into the night U.S. time. 5 hours ahead. Heading into, what is it, Wet and Wild Wednesday. Or Twitchy Tides fun. All right, got 15 players in for this next game. Winner gets a Twitchy Tides Uncommon Tides fish. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. All right, let's take the overlay down. Got scurvy about giving out Nash cash. Got people able to dig every 15 minutes. As far as the cooldown between digs. 10 Nash cash to dig with a 100% success rate. And last check, still more than 1,300 different items there in that dig pool. Never know what you might get. All right. I know I need to actually enter here, not just sit here and yak away before actually choosing my fish. Let's go with the Lulu fish. So 17 players in. And for the winner of this next game, a Twitchy Tides Uncommon fish plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Plus from Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. If I win, prize goes to second place. Man, I managed to really hide this interact box here way down in the corner. Let's move this over here. There we go. I'm having conversations with the television. You can tell. Maybe that 5 hours plus of broadcasting earlier. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. And yet, here we are having a blast. 17 players. Hardy har har, but there is an uncommon fish on the line here for the winner. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. And it's Pink Felicia, Stinging Funkin' Crypto, and early on we're down to 16. Up top, Debo. Jamie Penguins is out. So is Chucky. Down to 14. Pink Felicia stings Wombat Warrior and Parrots. We're down to a dozen. Now here comes Debo. Debo the Shark. Chomped away, took out Dave Ira before being sent back in the other direction. Depth charge. There goes Zach. We're down to 10, so remaining players. You've got a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points out of this game. Who's going to win that uncommon fish? Got Pink Felicia. Stinging Funko Lover. Nai Mahala. Down to 8. More than half the field is out. Krabby Mike. Working the wall crawl. Took in my Lulu fish. We're down to 7. Make that 6. There goes JR since 82. The stereo spins there for a moment or two with the 2 Lambos in the mix with the remaining 6. And now it's Pink Felicia, ground level. And somehow Pink Felicia is going to miss all 6 remaining players. We still have one more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. before top of the hour. Cannonball takes out Pennybags Jr. and Bo Reddington. We're down to 4. The final 4. Cesaro NLV, Dirac, Autumn's Toys, and Nashville. Dirac and Nashville get stung by Pink Felicia. Down to the final 2. Autumn's Toys with King Claw against Cesaro NLV. With that Lambo, it's legendary versus legendary for the last 2. Cesaro hit the off-screen ATM with that Lambo command, then making it rain. Big Worm with a hook. There goes Autumn's Toys, and that's the game. So congratulations, Cesaro NLV. Victorious here in game number 16 of the broadcast. All right. So congratulations on the win, Cesaro NLV. Of course, for the top 10 finishers, and that's Funko Lover on up. Leaderboard points. All the way up to number 1, and your winner, Cesaro NLV, victorious. All right, back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. This will be the last one of the broadcast. We got one more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away between now and top of the hour. And the fun doesn't stop at that point. We'll just be doing the raid. At that point, over to Cartman Bra, who's going to take us into the night U.S. time. Might as well show you while I'm talking about it there with that streamer lineup. See it there, bottom left part of your screen. Cartman Bra, 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I hope I didn't make Las Vegas 8 mad about asking for the daylight instead of the standard. Just I have to change it. If it's not right, it's going to bother me. I got to be accurate. I used to get yelled at if stuff was wrong like that. It's ingrained in me. It's got to be right. Like when I have a slate. Years in TV. You can make like something like this. You can have a slate. Okay. It's turned out well to have a bunch of cover images that match for videos. So we're going to have one more Twitchy Tides game between now and raiding out to Carbon Bra. And the winner of that last game is going to win a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack. Go ahead and type !play if you want to get in for this last Twitchy Tides game. Get to it here in a few minutes. Try and time it out. And right around the time when Cartman Bra goes live for his portion of Tides Tuesday for this end of it. Talking earlier about how Lulu is my unofficial mascot here, particularly on Tides Tuesday on NashvilleLou Live. It's the fish shown there in the next to the Twitchy Tides logo. I'll have to, now I've talked it, I'll have to choose Lulu as my fish for this game. Works out pretty well. We have similar name. Purple, primary color for Lulu. Just like with my NashvilleLou logo. And purple is the primary color. That Father Ryan High School, University of Evansville. And look, when the fates collide, and just by chance your two major schools of education both have purple as their main color, just got to run with it. And it's great because Swanee Tigers, Swanee purple is their main color. So it works out pretty well having more purple than most people probably do have in their wardrobe. Look, if we go to a Father Ryan game, if we go to the University of Evansville, go cheer on the Aces. Go hang out with Ace Purple. I don't really know how you'd hang out with a mascot, but who knows? I've learned to not count things out in life. Never say never. Point being, though, especially because for years I called Father Ryan High School football games, so I had a lot of purple for calling their stuff. So it's good now. I've got shirts that I don't wear that much, but short sleeve, long sleeve, purple and white checkerboard, whatever. I got my bases covered. I never did get the Evansville white and purple basketball warm-up pants that I wanted. There's a former girlfriend of mine. That was an inside joke that I don't think she really thought was that funny. I really wanted one of those pants. Those pairs of pants with the purple and white stripes. It's similar to the Indiana Hoosiers with the red and white. And that might have been in part with Jim Cruz, who was the head coach at Evansville men's basketball when I was there. Last time Evansville went to the NCAA tournament, my senior year, 1999. Maybe that one shining moment. That was 26 years ago. Man, time flies. But hey, at least I got to be there for the fun times with it. I could be sad that Evansville doesn't have football anymore, or I could be happy that I was able to call games while they had a team. Part of the broadcast team for some of the final games that team ever had, but we didn't know it at the time. That was a life lesson in and of itself. I was a college football widow at the age of 20. It really jaded me to a lot, but it actually helped because, look, it's a business. It's a business. I don't care what song and dance they're singing you. It's about business, about the control of money. The only reason a lot of major things have finally changed in college sports is twofold. One is television money is huge. It changed everything. Even the big bull barons had to sway. They couldn't fight it anymore. Keep the nonsense in place. We still have some of it, but not like we used to. The other was the court system. It's just ridiculous it took until now, the last few years, to finally get our name, image, and likeness, or somebody's own name, and be able to profit off of that. This farce of amateurism. Very off-putting to me. And there's frustrations about what happened, what has happened, what continues to happen, as far as players jumping from one school to another, but look, that genie's out of the bottle. People don't like it, and I get that, but it's interesting because things are changing, and that TV money, that's the real driving force. The courts are too, but the TV money's a big part of it. All right, we've got 12 players in. Enough yakking about things not involving Twitchy Tides. We've got a Series 5 pack to give away. So the players in for this last game here, and for a good one right here as far as your odds. Unless we have a late rush, and time's about to tick on that. I'm going to get in. Of course, if I win, the prize goes to second place. I used Lulu. Talking about Lulu before. I can use the ping. Lulu with a staring you down, the side eye. I think it really makes. It's not like it's some sort of like friendly, cute, cuddly character. It's like it's a side eye, even when it bounces off the wall. Even the 2X version, the 2-up version, side eyeing all the way, which works for me. So again, this is the last one of the broadcast. Let me check real fast. I don't know if Cartman Bra is live yet. We're not at the top of the hour, but it'll be on standby for me when that happens. Because ideally we'll have the game, we'll get the winner, and then we can say goodbye, and then for VOD, and then we'll raid on over. Please take the ride over to Cartman Bra with me, as we'll continue the fun with Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday. All right, so I've got this set up. I got my notes over here ready to go. Well, I don't have them ready to go, so I got to put Series 5 in parentheses here for the 17th game of the broadcast. We got 16 players in for it. Last chance with exclamation mark play. If you're not in now, my voice, you can tell. Again, maybe the 5.5 hours earlier wasn't the best decision. But, look, I was wanting to try some stuff out. That wasn't a conventional broadcast. That was... And yet here we are having a blast. All right, 16 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. That prize being an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And a Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. And a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. And this 17th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Creeping up on 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We're doing a raid over to Cartman Bra. Before too long. Pennybags Jr. and Autumn's Toys both get stung by Pink Felicia. And we're down to 14. Now it's time for a rampage. That rampage is going to get to Krabby Mike in time, not in time to save Walk the Grid. Down to 13. Pink Felicia stings Funko Lover, along with Cartman Bra. We're doing a raid over Cartman here before too long. We're down to 11. Krabby Mike takes out my Lulu fish. Fonny T eliminated as well, though Fonny T with a top 10 finish. Along with remaining players earning leaderboard points. That monthly competition. Krabby Mike out of nowhere takes out Dirac, takes out SDME123. Zero change the expression with Krabby Mike. Always surly. No celebration ever. We're down to 7. And all joking aside, we got a Series 5 pack on the line for the winner. Cannonball. That takes out Solkanar. We're down to 6. Bo Reddington with that Lambo making it rain. Got a couple Lambos up in here. We got a depth charge here. Just going to take out Random King. We're down to 5. Cesaro NLV with that Lambo making it rain. Underwater. Twitchy Tides finds a way. Depth charge. Players try and stay away from that ominous blinking red. Can JR get past? Indeed. But it's going to take out Cesaro NLV. We're down to the final 4. Zach Bonifer, JR since 82. Bo Reddington. And Wombat Warrior. The final 4. Cannonball, that slider takes out Zach Bonifer. We're down to 3. One of these 3 players remaining here is about to win a Series 5 pack. And who's it going to be? Debo the Shark up top. Debo going right to left. Is Debo going to miss everybody? It looks like it. Big Worm of the Hook. Finally, Big Worm gives up. A loop command from Wombat Warrior. Up top, a Cannonball takes out JR since 82. And we're down to the final 2. Wombat Warrior. And now returning to screen, Bo Reddington. Depth charge. Freeze by Bo Reddington with a Lambo. Spin move by Wombat Warrior. Who's going to win that Series 5 pack? Boom for Bo Reddington, and that's the game. Congratulations, Wombat Warrior 2025. We got the victory in game number 9 of the broadcast. One of those 2 Faded Monsuda rare Casey Stones cards. And now you're the winner here in game number 17 of the broadcast. You win that Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Plus the item from the NashvilleLou collection. And the Faded Monsuda, I Got a Rock. Alright, let me check here real fast and see if Cartman Bra is live yet. We've past 1 a.m. Eastern, it looks like indeed. We'll do a raid over there, but first do a SIG out. Have a cut point for VOD. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time. We'll do that raid over to Carmen Bra. Prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. Alright, so looks like things are all set here. Let's go see what Carmen Bra's got going on. My voice can barely hang on at this point. But we'll have more soon with Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. And now the raid. See you over there. Bye for now.